starting. So you're probably wondering where I we have been for the past. So yeah. Yep, this is the first installed thing with drizzles and the beats. 1-to-1 scale. So yep. So the frame for the door is completed, and I'm wondering if it can you know what. Oh, door. Like this. And I will just and I also found a new channel which I think is a lot crazier than Let's Game It Out. Because it yeah, it literally atomizes or obliterates its people. So note that yeah, this door won't be functioning. So basically, is this high enough? If I place down normal door, okay, so it's here. So mine should be around. Yep. Here. think I've done it the wrong pixel. This is the one-to-one option and this. One, two, 2.45 meters tall. Or if I checked it here. 8.03 feet. 8 foot. Round it up. Listen, I'm down. So wait. Yeah. I think that's pretty interesting video. I should watch if you. Set it out loud.
How tall are you, Brody?
6 foot. It's like an
I'm like 5'11". Yeah, that's like nothing, dude.
It's enough. It's enough. That's on the books, dude.
Preston, how tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
I'm gonna pick you up by your hair and swing you around.
5'8".
Okay.
And he like while he's swinging, he's like, "Hey, my name is Bryson."
Yep, sure.
I can't catch a break.
It never ends, baby.
What peeves you, gentlemen? We're the pet peevers. What peeves you?
Like right before recording this, me and Nathan were playing like a shooting game. He goes in the voice chat and he's like, raise a hand. Who here has heard of Haminations? You guys like Haminations?
No, I didn't.
Like, I think you guys can both agree with this. One of the most annoying things is like getting woken up in like a horrible way.
Oh, yeah.
My mother will have like a full-blown conversation with me when I'm asleep,
dude.
No.
and it's like, dude, do you see what I'm doing right now? Like,
When I need to wake someone up, I'm like, hey, like, how you doing? Like, did you see
Yeah.
Paul? Like, but like, then like my parents come in and they're like, hey, what's up, big guy? Like, hey, you're gonna get up? Pet peeve?
Yeah.
Flies. When they're flying all up
Crazy
in my face, like on my nose, like touching me, like, what do you gain from that?
on the topic of flies, mosquitoes, dude. Like, when they're by your ear, like you're just like chilling or like you like having a conversation, and they're like.
Okay, so we've got this fly shotgun. It shoots like salt at them. Sometimes the salt gets in my eye, and I'm like, ah!
How?
Anyway.
What? Do you like look
'Cause
in it like a cartoon?
No, so I'll shoot a fly, and then it like falls down, and if it didn't die, it's like shimmying on the ground, like, oh no, bud, your wings aren't working anymore. Oh, that's and then I end their lineage.
I don't use a solid shotgun. I use a real shotgun.
Wait, what?
On a bug?
My walls look like Swiss cheese. Hey, you liking the video so far? Yeah, man. Yeah, it's great. Oh yeah, you excited to hear some more hilarious stories from me and the boys? I guess. That's good. This video is sponsored by Genshin Impact. You've heard of Genshin Impact. I know you have, because it's awesome.
I've
Genshin
played it.
Impact is an open-world action RPG game available on PC, Android, iOS, and PlayStation. Do it. Do it now. All right, back to the video.
Since we're talking about insects, I remembered, it was like me and my whole family, and I saw a wasp, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I saw it getting close to Hank. I was like, no, wait, and it gets on his, yes, it gets on his ear and stings him, and he starts crying, and I'm like,
Aw.
no! When he cries, like, I start crying pretty much. I'm like, no!
What? Wait, what?
I'm an empath. Don't
Swoosh
mind
has
me.
Whatever.
My mom saw a gigantic spider. It's like probably about as big as your palm. My mom said, I'll give you $20 if you vacuum up that spider. And I was like, okay, I got you. So I have this big industrial freaking vacuum and I'm going under the stairs, dude. And there's just like tons of webs there. Like that, like it was like a member of our home at that point. And then like I saw it in the corner and then like it went like under the walls. And I was like, oh!
Here's another pet peeve. I definitely hide the fact that I do YouTube. It's physically impossible for a person to find out another person is a YouTuber and not say, "Oh, you should make a video about this." Like,
Oh
you
my
should-
God, I know, man.
Oh
like,
my
bro.
god, like we're just eating Taco Bell, dude.
Dude,
Chill.
like, literally, this could be the most mundane thing ever. Like, my friend were like playing basketball. He makes that 3-pointer. He's like, dude, make a video about that. I was like, what? No. Like,
Like we're freaking like eating at Olive Garden and like, dude, like make a video about it. Like about what? The breadsticks? Like what do you want? When I was in high school and people found out that like, so dude, like how much money do you make? Pull up the statistics, bro. I want to know. I'm like, don't talk to me. Like, who are you? Like,
I know, and like they won't even know you either. Like, there's this one teacher at my school, didn't teach any of my classes, but he was like, how much money you make? I'm like, dude, like, what?
Dude.
How much money you make, sir? Damn,
yeah,
man.
like, that leads me to another pet peeve. My family cannot shut up about the fact that I do YouTube. Like, I freaking pull up to the dentist and they're like, hey, while you're like grinding his teeth, he does YouTube and he does got
Literally, bro, that's what my mom does, dude.
These
Oh
pearly
my,
whites have 1.5 million subscribers. Wow.
Yeah.
dude, I went to the dermatologist to get like my acne looked at like a year ago. This
Dermatologist.
guy's like looking at my face, and my mom's like, "Do you have kids? Do they know
No,
infamous
no.
swoosh?" I'm like, "Mom, shut up!" Do you want to hear a really awkward encounter I had yesterday? I went to the New York State Fair. It was like a basketball shooting game, and it said in big letters like swoosh, and I was like, derp, I'm gonna go walk up and I'm gonna say, hi, I'm infamous swoosh. So I literally walk up and I'm like, I wonder if they'll let me shoot hoops for free if I say, hey, look at this is my YouTube channel and I'm infamous swoosh. Which, for the record, I never do this, but I walk up and I go, hey man, look. It says swoosh in big letters right above us. And this is my YouTube channel. Swoosh is in the name. So can I get a couple free shots? And he was like, yeah. He was talking so much. So like eventually I end up paying for it. And I miss both shots. And then he goes, all right, because your name is Swoosh, I'll let you do one more shot. And I miss it again. And he goes, bro,
Nice.
why is that your name? I go, no. It's not about basketball, bro. It's not about basketball, bro. And I walked away being like, I just wasted $5 just to get embarrassed. I can't even think about how many times we all just were yelling at like the same
Dude,
thing
the
that we're just so
flies
mad
in my
about.
mouth. Like, bro, get out! Like, shut up, bro. Grow up. So, guys, thank you so much for listening to us talk
Thank
about
you
our.
so much for joining us again. once
Guys,
again
pet
on
peeves.
on this visual.
It's been a fun
You're not gonna
time,
believe it. I
think.
just thought of another pet
Big
peeve right
pain.
now.
Know what I hate?
Okay,
Blondes.
here I go.
What's up with them? Why do they look like that?
Yeah. Like this. This one.
In this video, we're gonna be
This
talking
is the
about our
first one.
sibling
Oh,
stories.
I'm sorry to
I'm
interrupt.
sorry.
I
Brody
forgot
and
part
me.
of this is your
Is
video.
this your
I forgot
channel?
that this is your video. Yeah.
Is this your channel,
okay.
Dad?
Well, you guys don't seem competent enough to start the video, okay?
Competent? You
All
said
right, well, I'll do it. I'll
Competent.
do it. Everyone,
It's a word,
everyone
Bryson.
go- So we all have siblings. I
this
think we can all
and
we all agree with that. We're on the same page here, right?
Oh, sorry, my dog. My dog. Sorry.
The one time we finally
Man,
get
I'm
somewhere
trying
and
so
just
hard,
start.
man.
I just sprayed him. I've got a spray bottle.
All right, so we all have siblings here. I have a twin brother. His name's Brock, and I have an older sister. She's older by 2 years. Her name's Jade.
Yeah.
But Bryson, you have like
Hey.
how many siblings do you have?
Okay, so there's Brittany, Brody, Braden, Bryson, and Brandon.
If I know what the
I
word
need, like, a
is,
number.
Yes.
5. Oh. Well, I mean, count
I'm
me.
number 3. My brother's name
A
is
person
Justin,
who is
and my dad literally all the time goes, "Hey, Nathan."
See, the thing is, as a twin, when I look at Brock, I don't see me, you know? But then I met other twins, and I was like, oh yeah, this is impossible.
Right, but like you have my brother who is 4 inches taller than me. He's got a black beard, long black hair, and he's like, so he's 6'2", and I'm like 5'10". I have brown hair and no beard, and my dad's like, Nathan? Like every time he ever talks to me. When my brother asked who I was talking to, and I was like, oh, I'm talking to Brody. It was like the first time he heard your name, he just started laughing because he thinks it's a really weird name.
Damn it, man, come on.
Dude,
I'm not even joking, too. Like, that's like, he was like, Brody, what kind of name is that?
I hate my name. I do not like the name Bryson. It's a weird name.
You made a song about it.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I don't.
Yo,
Bo, shut up.
I like
Get.
my name.
Hey.
We're
Bo.
never finishing this video.
Yo, use the spray bottle, quick!
I did.
Use it!
Brenner's kind of a violent child. Brenner's gonna be watching this. I love Brenner. Like we love each other. Like we're on good terms right now. Basically, I was in my room minding my own business, folding my laundry, and I had just finished. So I got stacks of all these neat clothes. Brenner comes in unprovoked and kicks all of the stacks all over the room, like against the walls, like into my face, just ruins them. And then he's like, "All right, my work's done," and then he leaves. Just like 30 minutes of my time just ruined. And I was like, I'm feeling anger right now. And so like I tell my family this. My whole family is like, oh, Brenner's hitting you? Like Brenner's doing this stuff to you? Hit him back. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. We were all upstairs watching a movie, and Brenner's pushing my buttons like always. And I'm like, Brenner, if you keep going, like I'm gonna punch you, like everyone's been telling me to. And he's like, no, you won't. And I'm like, try me. And so Brenner like pushes me again. And so like I lunge for him, and like he didn't expect that because I don't normally do that. He tried to kill me with a screwdriver once, and I didn't react. Anyway.
What?
So,
Whoa,
Wait, whoa, you can just gloss over that.
Lethal weapon.
So he kicked over my laundry, and he tried to kill me one time. And anyway, so he kicked over my laundry.
That reminds me of the time that like Brock just like held me down at gunpoint. That was pretty. What?
Yeah, dude, my brother, he pulled out a knife on me once because like I wouldn't give him the TV remote. It was crazy. Anyway,
I'm actually missing 3 fingers from duels.
And so Brenner does it again, and then I'm like, all right. And so like I go for him, like wrestle him in front of the whole family, and they're all like, woo, like that.
Dude,
what?
Oh my gosh. Dude.
Anyway, like I pin him to the ground to let him know it's real. I say, here it comes. And so I punch him. Brittany and Kyle love to bring that up all the time. Here it comes! Like they make fun of me all the time for doing it. Like, just hit him, dude. Don't say here it comes. I was
Like he didn't notice. Brock has like gone full force on me many times. I'm a pretty lighthearted person. I don't take much seriously, so I tend to retaliate in just funny ways. I don't remember what it was for. Brock did something annoying, and I got really mad. So instead of here it comes, you know, I decided, you know how I'm gonna get him back? I'm gonna fart on his pillow.
Oh my god.
And he got pink eye.
He did.
What?
Wait, what? Yo.
I'm really embarrassed.
Yo, wait a minute.
I would like to preface like me farting on Brock's pillow. I was maybe 7 at the time. Okay, this was not recent.
Okay, well, I wanted to say something because like I only have very little things written down for what I wanted to tell you guys. And like one of them is that Justice has farted like bare cheeks, farted in my face like at least 7 times in my life. And like almost all of them I've been asleep for. Almost all of them I've been asleep for. Like recently too. Like the dude comes in, we never talk to each other by the way, rips cheeks right in front of me and just walks away. I don't get pink eye, but I get pissed off.
Bro.
Yo, no!
All these stories are from like a long time ago, except this one. This happened last night.
Wait, what?
Shut up.
Dish it out, bro. Dish it out. I hope he farted.
No. So basically, Braden's in the shower, and I go in there with the Nerf gun, and I wake
Let the man be naked in peace, Bryson.
Run it back, bro. Come on.
Basically, my brother is naked, and I mean, my brother's in the shower. Basically, Braden's in the shower. I go in with the Nerf gun. I stand there for several minutes waiting for him to finish. And then he opens the curtains and I shoot him. It was great.
One time, Brock microwaved a burger from Five Guys, and he didn't take the wrapper off, and
Oh my God.
Tinfoil.
they're tinfoil. So of course it's set on fire.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, I had to like put it out because Brock just didn't know what to do. He was just trying to eat a burger.
My Five Guys.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what. And he still ate it, but I mean,
What? He ate the burger after it was on fire?
it was burnt to like around the edges, but the man wanted it, so I mean.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
well, at least Brock did it like on accident. Brody and Braden will just put tinfoil in the microwave. They just set stuff on fire, okay? They're chaotic.
They sound way more fun than you.
Okay, man.
Yeah, mister. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
My brother Brody, not this Brody, the other guy.
Me.
Derp.
Nope, me and Brody are not brothers. People in the
Oh,
comments
oh,
are
you-
like,
oh,
I can't
we're
believe
not?
we're
Brody-
brothers. I'm like, we're not.
The
But,
Brody
like-
we're talking to right now is your brother.
No.
Yeah.
Right, that's crazy. Yeah, they're brothers, guys.
I just want to mention how funny it is that people think that like me and Bryson are like brothers, and that like his mom just like produces storytime animators.
Yo, that's so true. I thought they were gonna say that you guys think you're brothers, and then like you're 6'1", 15-year-old like brown-haired dude, and he's like 5'8", 20 years old, and has blonde hair.
I mean, I wouldn't put it so bluntly, but
Well, I mean, sorry.
We were at a park, me and Brody were, and there's like this zip line there. Brody's like, all right, I'll push you. I hit the end. I'm like, all right, this time push me really fast. And he's like, okay. And then he pushes me really fast. And I'm like, okay, this time push me really hard. And he's like, as hard as I can? And I'm like, no, not as hard as you can. He's like, all right, as hard as I can. I'm like, no. And so he sprints, pushes me as hard as he can. It hits the end. I swing up. I fall off the freaking zip line and just land flat on my back. A year later, we're in the same place. I'm like, Brody, remember last time? Don't do it again. He's like, all right. And so he pushes me, and then I'm like, okay, you can go a little harder. And he's like, as hard as I can? And I'm like, no. And he's like, as hard as I can. And so he pushes me as hard as he can. My head slams against like the wire and like screws up there, and I'm like bleeding out of my head on the ground. And
whoa, wait.
Yup.
Yo, yeah, let's go. Next year, let's go.
Is that why you look like that?
Is that why you look like that? After he hit my head for like a month or two after, I swear my grammar and spelling was worse. I would stutter
Bro.
sometimes, and I would blame.
What
I
the-
blamed it on Brody. I got brain
What,
damage.
dude? Oh my! Your brother literally, me as in your brother, literally gave you brain damage.
Yup.
Wow, my story sucked compared to that one. I was gonna talk about the
Yeah,
time.
dude, like literally, I farted on Brock's pillow, and Bryson's like, yeah, like he like gave me brain damage, and I couldn't.
You know what's a more effective use of time than bugging your siblings? This video's sponsor, Skillshare. Right, Bryson? Oh yeah, I recorded this in post. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative, curious, and awesome people. You can use it to develop existing skills or explore video.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching this.
Sorry, but,
That was quite something.
Again, looking at emanations. Oh, well. We're back. Aside from the fact that I love watching Haminations and Bryson is a really cool dude who has been very kind to us, there's still some classics that I really need to watch. Part of the problem is that I don't watch these channels unless I'm filming because I don't want to spoil it for myself. So I wind up wanting to make more of these videos because I want to watch more of it. And so today I thought it would be fun to look at some of Hamination's most controversial videos ever. Bryson has some strong opinions. He's also a little bit of a savage. And so I picked out a few that I think might be really interesting. Dogs and cats, which is better? I feel like almost everyone has a strong opinion on that. I really want to see what Bryson's got to say. So let's do it, people. Strap in, get yourself some water, get yourself a snack, or whatever you want. Let's go, homies. Ichi, ni, san, go.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and I like animals.
And today I'm gonna talk about two of the most popular animal companions, dogs and cats. Starting off, I'm totally a dog person and not a cat person. I think it's a spiritual thing though, because 99% of the time when I see a random dog, I'm able to successfully call the dog over and pet it, and we become best friends.
But that's kind of the thing, though, is dogs are like that. Dogs and cats are just different genetically. I think that's, for the most part, a universal experience. There aren't many people who can just tame every cat they see. And if you're in the comments and you think that you see a cat on the street, it'll want to run up to you the way a dog does. Stop the cat. Stop the cat. Unless it's the IDK one.
And we become best friends. Conversely, I have never successfully befriended a cat. I want to be their friends, and I try every time, but our energy is just so different that the cat just walks away when I try and befriend it. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Psst, 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 psst. Come here, let me...
No.
And on one of the only times I was able to pet a cat, I made the mistake of petting its belly and...
Oh, okay.
However, when I wrote this script, I went to hang out with some friends and I encountered
Sometimes
not one,
crazy
not
person.
two, but 3 cats. And incredibly, I was able to befriend and pet all of them.
It's a sign.
Seriously, in my 19 years of life, I've had a cat let me pet it like once. And then after I write it down, I get 3 in one day.
What?
What are the odds? I guess the cat gods heard my plea.
Yo, the cats upstairs are watching out for you, Bryson. They're like,
Please, before you go and slander us to millions of people.
Just give us one more chance.
one more chance. We will send 3 of our best soldiers to meet you on your walk and get pets.
Give us one more chance, Bryson.
That is an insane coincidence, though.
Seriously, it was like a switch was flipped. So if you struggle with befriending cats, write it down and they'll love you. That's what I do. Anyways, since that experience, I like to go around the neighborhood on an electric longboard at night and search for random cats to pet. It's been very fun. Although my neighbors did catch me sitting in their driveway petting their cat in the middle of the night once, so they think I'm kind of cute. But anyway, let's move on to dogs. I love dogs, always have. However, I do prefer bigger dogs over smaller ones because in my experience, 90% of the aggressive dogs I meet are small. Big dogs are usually just teddy bears, while the small ones think they are more powerful than they actually are.
Oh, here we go. That's kind of the thing, though. Think about how weird the world would be if half of the humans on Earth were 5 feet tall, and then the other half were 15 feet tall. That's what it's like for a small dog. Half of your species is a giant to you. Like, that's a different life experience. That is not a life experience that we can relate to. Also, shout out Marshall Rogan in the pics. I don't know if Bryson realizes that. This is Marshall Rogan, Joe Rogan's golden retriever.
I think it's just something we're born with. Some people have a cat aura, and some people have a dog aura. My dog energy is infinite. I love dogs, and I want to pet all of them. I've had dogs all throughout growing up. We had Pixel, Duke, and now we got Dixie. Pixel was a really good dog. When we were all really young, my brother Braden took a Sharpie and drew all over Pixel.
No.
She didn't mind, though. She was a chill girl.
Oh my gosh.
Mom wasn't too happy about it, though. Rest in peace, Pixel. Then we got Duke. I won't go into details, but we rescued Duke from some really bad people, and he had some trauma and didn't like other dogs.
Yeah.
However, he did like our other dog, Dixie. Duke was a really good boy. He had heterochromia, meaning one of his eyes was blue and the other was brown.
Cool.
He didn't realize how big he was either, and would try and snuggle up and lay on our laps like a chihuahua.
Aww.
Even though it would compress my lungs, I would still let him lay on me because he was so cute.
Aww. The things we go through for the ones we love, Bryson.
Things I do for you.
Crushing our own windpipes. Sometimes you just have to do it. For the joy of a good pupper. You just gotta do it.
He was also very good at eating flies. A good boy for the ages. Rest in peace, buddy. And our current family dog is Dixie. She is so sweet, snuggly, and cute. She has very expressive ears, and she loves it when you pet her butt. Also, she is so gentle with almost all creatures. For example, I used to have a pet guinea pig named Link, and Link and Dixie were friends.
Aww.
Also, Dixie used to catch birds for fun, but she wouldn't kill them, and she would bring them inside, and I would help the birds calm down, and then they would fly away. But I can just imagine them telling all their bird friends what happened. Bro, this big dog caught me, and I thought it was gonna eat me, but it let me go.
thinks it is
No
like
way, you're making that
Yeah,
up.
cat.
a lot of attention on
Nope,
the
no way.
house.
Did you see what that Rottweiler did to Carrie?
It's really important.
No, that's sad. That is the one problem with big dogs.
I
Is like
don't
they
like it.
don't even necessarily need
Wait.
to be a mean animal.
So,
It's just kind of in their
like,
DNA.
from
Some
here
will destroy
to-
the small animals for no reason, and others will just like try to be friends. I guess it's really just up to the small animal to decide
Yes,
if they
I
want to
know
trust
this
this
thing is-
random monster. I don't know, guys. This is scary.
No way would a dog let you go. But yeah, she's a gentle dog. However, me and my brothers will sometimes fight and horseplay with each other, and Dixie
One
doesn't
hundred
like
is
that.
being interested by the flash. This video
She
is
will try and defend whoever's being attacked, but
Ah,
she
6
often
meters
misjudges who
away.
the victim is and will nip at the wrong person. Ow!
Well, maybe you're misinterpreting. Maybe rather than her trying to defend the other person, maybe she just jumps on the team of the other person and is like, "Oh, we're attacking this person now. Okay, I'll join in." Maybe it's not intentional sympathy.
Don't worry, she didn't really bite me. She just does a warning bite. She's never drawn blood, and trust me, she's a pit bull. If she wanted to hurt someone, she could. But most pit bulls are actually the sweetest creatures on the planet, and they don't deserve the bad reputation. Because in almost all cases of pit bulls being violent, the bad owners are to blame.
Okay, so it's
There are no
actually
bad
nice.
dogs, only bad owners.
Sheriff here.
Yes, but at the same time, there are like pit bulls that like weren't raised properly, or like they were bought from a pet store, or just any reason why like they didn't develop properly. It's like it doesn't matter what owner they have at that point. You can be the greatest owner in the world, but if you have a traumatized pit bull, it can be dangerous. So I don't know. I just wanted to clarify that because I've known like really good people who treat their pit bull super well, but it like had such a rough past that like they couldn't let it around strangers.
I've actually had one pet cat when I was young.
Also to
My only
the
one, because my
things.
mom is allergic. Anyway, her name was Katie, and honestly, she was an outside cat, so I don't really remember a lot about her. However, I do have one memory. I was 2 years old, and my family was building a treehouse. I was sitting up there while they all worked on the treehouse when Katie crossed my path. I remember hearing that cats always land on their feet, so I decided to test it. We actually have video of it. The video didn't catch the fall,
Yeah,
but you see the
1, 2,
before
8,
and
9.
after and the reaction from my grandparents. Here it is.
Oh no.
Hi, Bryson.
Bryson, no, please.
Well, today is Thanksgiving
cobblestone?
2003.
Oh no!
And
Did he push the cat
today
down?
that die.
Bryson!
Bryson.
I'm sorry. I was only 2 years old. I hadn't discovered empathy yet. It wasn't a malicious attack. What went on in my head was cats land on feet, see cat, push cat to test theory.
To be fair, I think a lot of cats have done exactly that. Maybe you honestly were more like a cat in that moment than you realized. Maybe your brain had only developed to cat age at that point. The number of times cats just push something off a ledge for no reason, tremendous. It happens all the time.
Black,
She was
so
fine. She never
basically
forgave me though. But the
the
issue with
blackest
dogs and
crocodile
cats is that you
is
get them, you
like-
fall in love with them, and then they die, and it breaks your heart. And so I decided to get a pet that's a little more long-term.
Black concrete.
Meet Scooter and Ed,
Yes.
my 2 pet tortoises. These guys can live longer than 50 years, so they might outlive me. They are very personable and cute. The best pet rocks a guy could ask for. Dixie is also friends with the tortoises. However, she doesn't respect them very much because I feed the tortoises carrots, and for some reason Dixie really likes to eat carrots too. I don't know why. Anyway, I turned my back for 1 second and Dixie stole the carrots from Egg. She wasn't too happy about that. Although, since I feed them carrots, Egg now thinks that my fingers are carrots.
Classic turtle behavior.
cameras.
You can take the turtle out of the pond, but you can't take the pond out of the turtle. It's gonna snap. Bryson, there are no bad turtles, only bad owners. Okay? Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. As for the eating the other animals' food, I can definitely relate to that. Who can relate to that? My boys Ralphie and
51.
When Rocco was still around and he was disabled and he used to live on the bottom floor here, I would feed all of them and make sure that there was enough food for everyone. And I would give Mouse and Ralphie their food, but then Mouse would still come all the way down here and steal Rocco's food and then go and hide it in a place where he can't reach it. This guy is such a food hog. He just did not care. Isn't that right, Mr. Mouse? Do you remember that, bud? You remember that, bud? You remember being a little food hog, buddy? Yeah.
Is the black as on the flat color of the block.
Mr. Ralphie, you are
For
a
a
bit of a hog
51
too,
for
bud.
gift.
You are a bit of a hog too. But now that it's just them, they have no one to hide the food from. We have Muffin Cam, very briefly. It's been so long since I've done something like this. It's because Ralphie and Mouse are the biggest little wimps. They do not want to be out of their cage for a long period of time. Ralphie is getting a little bit better at being held, but he's still a crazy little guy.
Yeah.
He's still a crazy little guy. He will never sit still. Hello, buddy. There's no way we can keep watching with you here, but at least you can say hi to the homies. Okay, say goodbye, Ralphie.
The YouTuber
Like, he will actually, like, try to jump
put
and
his
go on.
rat
Okay,
over
buddy.
his
We'll
shoulders.
And while I got you here, people, you better make sure that you're subscribed to Bryson's channel. These animations take a lot of work, and he deserves all the credit. I'm just the one saying silly things. And also, while you're here, if you could boop the like button on this video and the subscribe button if you have not done so, that would be
RGB.
I would appreciate it.
I often take the tortoises outside so they can get some sun, and I give them baths to keep them clean and hydrated, and I love them. I'm the best dad ever. Although Egg ran away one time and was missing for 2 months.
Oh my
The way it
gosh.
happened was
5.
crazy. I was sitting in the front yard watching a show while the tortoises were chilling. Scooter was inside at all times, but Egg was taking a nap under a rock out of sight. And I would check on her every 5 minutes. This went on for an hour, and she hadn't moved at all. But the next time I checked, she was gone. I searched everywhere, but there was no sign of her. Then I remembered that our doorbell had a camera on it, so I scoured the footage between the last time I saw her sleeping and when she was lost, and there was only a 5-minute window. I kept my eyes peeled, but nothing. It was like she vanished into thin air. So I went through the proper missing pet procedures. Missing posters, every missing pet app known to man, calling animal shelters, crying. A lot.
Oh my gosh, that sounds horrible.
And 2 months later, my neighbors found her under a rock. Egg was unfazed. She could have kept going. Did you know that tortoises can go 3 years without food?
What? That's why they're so slow. They just use no energy.
Ah.
Wow, that sounds awful,
Why you do
man.
blow?
That sounds really terrifying and sad.
Transparent
I'm really
glowing.
glad that she turned out okay.
But now that she's home, she gets all the food she wants.
Oh.
I reunited her with Scooter, and Scooter did not care. But I cared. I'm so glad we found her. It's a miracle. I've told you guys that I'm stupid before, but this confirms it if you had any doubt. Yes, I somehow managed to lose one of the slowest creatures on the earth. Smooth brain. They basically are my own little pet dinosaurs. Just size them up a bit, and boom, they fit right in with Jurassic Park. Anyway, I now love both cats and dogs, but I think my relationship with dogs is healthier because they return the love. Cats aren't so generous. I'll still let them bite and scratch me so I can try and pet them though, because I'm that desperate for affection. To end this video off, I'd like everyone to listen to this PSA. If a dog rolls over and shows their belly to you, that means you should definitely give them belly rubs. But if a cat rolls over and shows their belly, do not under any circumstances pet it. That is a trap. The cat is just trying to kill you. I speak from experience. Oh, the sting of betrayal. And also the sting of claws and teeth. The moral of the story is, love is given, trust is earned. And I trust dogs more.
That is pretty much the opinion I expected Bryson to have based on what I've known about his pups, obviously. This is true. When we would look at a lot more like fails and videos of cats being jerks, I used to have a pretty strong opinion on cats that I would kind of dish out in my videos, and certain people like had an issue with it, which I understand. If you aren't a dog owner but you're a cat owner, you're team cats, obviously, and cats are great, but cats just aren't as sweet as dogs. cats. Like, there are some great, snuggly, wonderful cats, but it's just in their DNA. They are hunters, right? They're very, very independent creatures, and that's totally fine. But man, cats will also just do some jerk things, even to their wonderful owners who treat them so well. And with dogs, you just don't really get that. With that being said, there are a lot of situations where a pet cat would be better than a pet dog, based on what you want. If you don't want to have to take your cat out on a walk, well, great, you don't have to. If you're really busy and just can't give your cat the same affection that you usually could, well, it's okay, you don't really have to. Dogs are a lot more work, but I also love them both. But I'm slightly more on team dog just because cats will eliminate rats on the street. Now, I am ready for another very strong opinion, and I'm very, very interested to hear about this one.
Driving sucks. I mean, I like driving. Maybe driving in Los Angeles is the worst thing that a human being could possibly go through.
But if you live in a decent area, driving, especially like at night with some good music. Anyways, let's see what Bryson has to say.
Uno, dos, tres.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and I'm 19 now, and I drive a car.
Cool.
Wow, your voice is so high, and you look so young.
Get him, Bryson.
No way, you're 19.
Get him, Bryson! Boom.
Since everyone ever thinks I'm not actually as old as I say I am, I'm gonna prove you all wrong by driving this car.
Whoa! Oh no! Oh, Bryson, come on! How are you gonna do that? That actually looked like fully unintentional. Maybe I can understand why you wouldn't like driving, Bryson, based on your performance thus far.
So guys, now you can finally stop denying that I'm actually as old as I say I am.
Oh no! Oh no!
No.
Oh my God! What?
Officer, please, I was breaking the law ironically. You don't understand.
Oh my gosh! That was amazing! That was so good! Who is it? That looked like a real officer.
No, that sounds like Robot Pirate Island.
Is that an officer you're related to, or just one you know personally? That was amazing, because that was something I thought about. Is like, I didn't want to be rude by like saying this, but it's like, did he get pulled over a lot for looking really young? Because he doesn't look like someone who would break the rules, so you wouldn't expect that. But at the same time, I guess you just never know. I don't know. I'm just curious.
Anyway, I'm Bryson, and I don't like driving. Driving is scary. I just wish I could teleport. But I guess we're all still stuck with cars, and with that comes some funny stories.
Yes.
So, let's get into it. Soon after I got my license, I was looking forward to the opportunity of my first honk. However, no drivers around me had made any serious transgressions, so I hadn't had the opportunity to use my car horn at all. And I couldn't have just honked at nothing because I looked it up and it's actually illegal to honk for no reason.
Wow.
Watch. Put your hands up. No.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Probably not a law that's enforced that heavily, because a lot of people honk for stupid reasons, which is worse than no reason at all. When someone is honking and just being a jerk when you're not doing anything wrong, or they're just abusing the loudness of the horn, that's honestly worse than just honking for no reason. But yeah, no, if you were driving and you hadn't had the opportunity to use your horn because no one was doing anything bad, that sounds fantastic, to be honest.
Anyway, me and my mom were in the car together waiting for the light. The light turned green, but the person in front of me wasn't moving. This is it, the moment I've been waiting for. I can
Go
finally
for it,
honk
get him.
somewhere. Here I go. He wasn't going.
Mom!
Stole my first honk! I was devastated, but I came up with a way to enact revenge.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Oh, this video is so good. This is a really good one. I love these moments. Bryson, throw more things like this into your videos. That's so sick. I honestly need to start doing stuff like that more. I'm just shy and don't have people to film me near me.
This other time, me and my brother and some friends were going to a trampoline park to jump around. Brody drove us over there, and we had to sign these waivers. So I start signing the waiver when a lady working there says, "Honey, you need your mommy to sign that."
Oh my
I'm 18.
gosh.
You're not 18. I am 18. You're not
I hate this.
18. Look, was just doing her job. Kids probably try and lie about their age all the time.
That's awful.
But you gotta understand how frustrating it is for me to hear people denying my age all the time. And the condescending and rude tone she used was not appreciated.
Well, Bryson, don't feel too bad. She's just working at a trampoline place and probably doesn't even like trampolines. What? Could you imagine you work full-time at a trampoline place, but you don't even like trampolines? That sounds miserable. So, Bryson, I know that probably hurt. And that actually is really annoying. Like, I hate that. Because I've kind of experienced that a couple times in my life. But yeah, it's okay.
Since I forgot my license at home, Brody said, "Here's my keys. Go drive home and get your license. We're gonna jump without you. Haha, that's for you." My friend Kira came with me because she's nice, and she listened to me rant about how rude that lady was in the
License.
car. Good thing I didn't get pulled over because I wouldn't have had my license.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to see your license and registration. This is my brother's car, and I don't have my license, so...
Going to get it.
No. Anyways, I got my license, drove back, and shoved it in that lady's face. And I got to jump with my friends.
Get him, Bryson. Oh, I wish I could see the look on her face when he did that. Honestly, like, I would demand an apology at that point. You know? It's like, it's not enough to just be like, huh, you're wrong. She made you drive home and drive back. She better say sorry. She better have apologized.
However,
Foundations
as we
of the
walked out to
building.
the car, we found out that in my passionate ranting about the rude lady, I had left the keys in the ignition, leaving the car unlocked and running. Maybe I shouldn't be allowed to drive.
Oh my
69,
God.
This other time, I was driving down a straight road, just vibing, when I saw someone in front of me pull up, waiting to turn left. For those of you who don't know how a left turn works, you have to yield to the traffic in the road until there's a big enough gap for you to turn left. So, I had the right of way, so I kept driving. Then the guy tried to sneak out into my lane, expecting me to stop for him. When I didn't stop, he hit his brakes, yelled angrily, and had the audacity to honk his horn at me.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say it's one of the biggest regrets of my life that I didn't honk that. I should have been like, "Don't you honk your horn at me! You're turning left, broski, so if I were you, I would yield."
Got him.
Learn traffic laws, you gremlin.
Get him. Oh, get him.
Hey, you're under arrest for destroying that guy's car. No. This dude is crazy. You're crazy for this one, Bryson. Yeah, honestly, based on a few of those choices that you have made in the driving process, yeah, maybe don't drive if you don't have to. Leaving your car unlocked with the keys in. I know there's someone from rural Texas who's like, well, we do that all the time. If anyone tries to do that to us, pull out the Draco. Boom, boom, boom. But realistically, no. You shouldn't be comfortable leaving your car unlocked and turned on for anyone to go in. But I understand Bryson had been disrespected, and he had to prove this woman wrong. So you did the right thing. Wait, did you? No, don't leave your keys in the ignition. Aside from that, perfect. All right, that one was 10 out of 10. That one was awesome. I loved that one. But I think we have time for just one more. One that I'm very curious about. And we're gonna go back pretty old. Older than we have gone before.
I'm short.
If it was 5 years ago, I would imagine Bryson was probably a bit shorter than he is now. So I'm curious to see the stories of the struggle. I've been there, bro. We're gonna close it off with this one, but let's have some more fun while we're here. 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100. Wow.
Hello everyone. I've seen some comments asking about my age, so here you go. I am a 16-year-old boy. But Bryson, you sound much younger, and I know. Okay? I know. So yeah, I don't just sound young, I look young too. I'm 5'3" currently, and I'm very skinny. I literally look like I'm 12. It's kind of frustrating sometimes, but I've come to accept it. I'm just a late bloomer. Turns out my mom and dad and at least one of my older brothers were also late bloomers. And they turned out fine, so whatever.
Wow, this is already so interesting. Okay, so you're 16 at the time. Animating videos when you're 16 is pretty cool. Posting these level of videos on YouTube when you're 16 is pretty cool. But that's so interesting to me. Like, when I think of YouTubers, I assume that everyone stopped growing. You know? That's kind of one of those things. It's like, I mean, most professional YouTubers who do it for a living, obviously, are 18 by the time they start, for the most part. I don't really know many, like, 16-year-old male YouTubers. numbers. But the idea of like being 5'3" and like still growing while making your channel and then growing like 6 more inches. I don't know why that's so interesting to me. By the time I started, I hadn't grown in height in like 6 years.
However, I do have some funny stories about it. So here we go. I am old enough to drive, but I can't get my license until I'm 17 because my mom doesn't want to pay for my car insurance. Which means whenever I am driving, someone will definitely say, "Oh wow, you old enough to drive that thing?" And to that I say, "Freaking race me, scrub! I'll wreck you." But of course I don't say that. I just try and hold back the tears as I drive off.
Yeah, based on what we talked about in the last video, getting into a street race with Bryson sounds like you're trying to meet the afterlife. Something is going to go wrong. Also, this animation style, it's amazing how quickly he improved. This last video is not very long, but it's very interesting to see the difference.
One time, I was getting some fast food, and literally every person working there took turns at the window talking to me about how young I looked. They could not believe that I was old enough to drive. I laughed at their comments, but I almost died inside.
Yeah.
Pretty much whenever I tell anyone my age, literally every single time the other person will point out that I'm short. As if making a discovery. Like, I've discovered something. Bryson is short. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so double paint. It was actually like more useful than single paint since you can they slow down the transfer of the heat between the inside of your home and the outside. In the winter it means trapping more heat energy inside, in the summer it means keeping heat energy out. I just googled it and that is the reason why I know it. Yep. And I'm using the double pin. Also this was so 7 times 7 times 6.25 43.75 centimeters. So 44 centimeters thick, which means 4 pixels would be more than enough, but yeah. Wait a minute, not actually, no. So this is one, two, one, two. So this is like 50. And yeah, okay, so yeah, 14. Instead of let me see. Yep. And the words these two things. So finally, floor. Let's Decent flower. Decent. Ah, okay, so. These are like taller than these, like quite some. Also are in the shape of an X and have random rotation. I mean, it's a random placement. And one, two, three, so yeah. We usually go up on the stairs in the house, but this time we go down. Yeah.
I'm kind of dumb and I just turned on my dishwasher before starting this recording. But anyway, I have this cabinet for you. It's made by one of our brand new specialists, Moon. Great job, Moon. So as I showcase this, I'll give you some pointers if I see anything. And of course, I want to show off the really cool stuff. So okay, I don't actually know if this is completely done yet. I gotta be honest. But of course, don't forget to cover up your bottom here, Moon. That sounded wrong, but I think it's really interesting that this house is elevated. Now, you typically probably would just go straight down and create a foundation for the most part, but it's a cool concept, and yeah, I'm open to it. I mean, it's also Minecraft, so you can kind of do whatever you want, but it's neat. It's pretty cool. The shape of it fits the landscape pretty well. I mean, it is an A-frame, and it's kind of the same shape as a pine tree. You just want to know why these alpine roofs are so steep? They're steep because snow gets pretty heavy, especially when it's wet. So if you have a steeper roof, then more snow is going to slide off. It works exactly the same way in the opposite way too. So in a lot of your dry climates, you're going to have a lot of flat roofs instead of pitched roofs like this. Oh, this is cool. Oh, nice. This is a sweet hot tub. Nice little spot to hang out here. That's cool. You sit here and then you enjoy this beautiful view of the mountains. Oh, hello. Oh, no, it's not. That's another person with my skin. He also has my skin. See, this is me. And okay, I think it was him. We were making jokes the other day that I'm the one that stole his skin. I swear, this is mine. I swear, I promise. It's a nice spot. That's cute. Sit here, read a book. Look at that landscape. Very nice. I don't know what blocks these are. I think they're like some sort of trapdoor because, like, look, I can walk straight through them, which I think is kind of interesting. But yeah, nice big windows. It adds some really nice depth to it too, because otherwise the facade would be a little bit boring. But I mean, it would actually still work. Yeah, but you'd probably have to add something else on it too. But no, you did a really good job here. Oh, this is cool. I'm probably gonna steal this design. Hello. Maybe he's working on one of the houses up here. There's a handful. Let's see. Yeah, there's one hiding right up there. I think there's more up there. This is a cool area. Maybe we'll go exploring after. So stay tuned for that. But let's go check out this house. Nice bike, of course. So okay, walk in here. Wow. Oh, I love these colors. I don't know. Like when you walk in here, it's just like all this white going up towards the ceiling, and then nice skylights. Must be a pretty good hunter. It does match the cabin aesthetic. The Alpine cabin aesthetic. Okay, I'll stop. I love the plants. Very nice. This is probably one of my favorite ones to use because it looks like a Monstera. I don't think it actually is a Monstera. I think it's called something else. But it looks like it. I don't know. Maybe it's a cousin of the Monstera. Cool. I like the indent. Little shelf there. I can sit here. Yeah, it's nice. And then, oh, how could I forget this? That's so cool. Nice wood stove. Goes all the way up. Does that connect to a chimney? Wait, did you actually do it? Is he standing on the chimney? What are you doing? I'm confused. This is not your house. What do you do? Are you helping with it? Maybe he's helping with it. Because I know they all talk to each other. Okay, I'm not gonna question it. Okay, so maybe DJ Ryder helped out? I'm not sure. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Yeah, nice open area here. Ooh. What is going on here? Oh, that's cool. Oh, nice dining table. Yeah, this is nice. This is really clean. Like, you could do this in default, too. Sorry, this is string. This is why this is changing. So when it's activated, it turns white. Yeah, I love the seat. So this is just a slab and some trapdoors on the side. Lots of flowers, lots of little details. Like, it's not overcrowded. I think this is good, right? A little shelf at the bottom, one painting, and then a very minimalist thing right there. It's nice, and it doesn't cross these top 3 blocks. So the top is nice and clean. The bottom gets a little bit bigger, which is good. Yeah, this kitchen. That's so cool. Hello. No, come back. I like these stairs. It's very nice. Oh, that's a trap door on the bottom there, and then you have some carpet on top.
Oh, I will use
I'm not sure what these are. I like the support too. Very nice, structurally realistic. I love this kitchen. I really do. It's so cute. Look at it. And all the models there. Yeah, you're chopping tomatoes. Gonna make some pasta. Maybe throw an orange in there. Please don't do that. That would taste gross. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it would taste good. Should I start a cooking show and then I'll just test that and find out? That I'm not doing that. I don't want to eat that. Your pie is probably gonna want to go in a fridge. Do you have a fridge? No, you don't. That's okay. That was intimidating. Okay, we'll just leave the pie in there. That's okay. Okay, I want to go up here. Could go up to the 2nd floor. Very nice. I'm really getting this nice cabin feel. Like, it's really nice and open. You get the two-story openings connected by these really cool stairs. Right? They're not like solid stairs. Like, this design choice is perfect. So green out here. It matches it so well. Like, look at this. Look at this window. That's so nice. Nice bedroom in here. I love the material choice. Feels very cozy, very cabin-like. Oh, it's nice. Nice and simple. Just sit here, you know, if you want a cup of coffee or something in the morning. I don't know why you drink it sitting beside your bed, but if you wanted to sit here, oh yeah, read a book, of course. Of course, there's books behind it. That makes sense. Why didn't I think of that? Right here, oh, more books, there you go. You run out of books here, guess what? You have so many books right here. Oh, it's so cozy up here. Yeah, I guess if you're into using drawing tablets and stuff, this is perfect. This is like an artist's dream. Of course, you have your ski. It's not ski. That's just winter. There are no skis. Do those trees look like skis? Kind of. I mean, if somebody like face planted really bad, I guess their head's stuck in the ground and like their legs are sticking out. I'm normal, I swear. Yeah, it's nice and cozy up here. I like it. Yeah, I'd live here. Of course, your nice big windows. It's great. I love this. Oh, did I missed an entire part. Okay, there you go, the bathroom. It feels a little bit like a dungeon. Now that I stand like over here, it's not that bad, especially with this wall. But when I do walk in, this one, and this one are the same, and they do feel quite intimidating, especially with this really, really deep window. Is there anything out here? No, you can't even see anything. It kind of feels a little bit like a prison. Maybe if you just change this back wall to something else, and then if you took out these ones, perhaps? I don't know, if you took a slab, maybe. Well, if you put a bench down here, put a bed right here. Okay, so you have a couple options. You could do something like that. Nah, that looks stupid. What if I do something like that, except you push it in? I don't know why it's not letting me place it, but you kind of get the idea. Let me fix you real quick. Okay, all done. I will leave you be. Let's continue down this way. I like this. This is a cool lighting effect. It's nice, nice modern art. Back here, I don't think this house is done. I mean, there's an empty room. I don't think it's done, unless it's a storage room waiting to be done. I mean, he also was working on it, so I guess I am touring your house a little bit in advance. Maybe there's multiple people working on it. I really don't know. Moon's definitely the main builder because, you know, it's his name on it. But maybe anyone with an alpine skin is just working on it. You're only allowed to live in this house if you are me. I mean DJ Ryder, because I stole DJ Ryder's skin. Or did he steal mine? Nobody knows. That's it. Goodbye. So I originally built this for another video, showing my 9 steps how to actually complete any Minecraft build. If you do want to see that, then feel free to click on the card, but otherwise I'm going to give a tour because I didn't actually do that in the video. So this is it. It's a cabin in the mountains of Andia. It's really, really up north, so I'll put a picture up right now. It's also facing west here, so you can see that I put it to sunset, so we get to see the beautiful ocean all the way down there. And once we do get inside, then you're going to see all the beautiful light that's pouring through the space. Originally, the house was facing this way. Since the sun does go from the east over the south and then set in the west at night. So some of the window placements might not make sense anymore, since it was designed to capture a lot of the sunlight to heat the space. But it's a bit different now, because these windows are facing north, and you don't get sunlight on the north side, which means these windows, they're actually losing heat rather than helping gather some of the energy from the sun. So if we come up here, you can see the roof line here. Originally, this part here was quite a bit lower in the original house, but since this terrain was up quite a bit higher, I had to increase the height. So if we come down here, it is quite a big, intimidating wall here. You have this nice pool here. If it is a hot summer day, then feel free to take a dip in the pool here. I have these nice chairs here if you want to sit here and relax. I also have these nice little ferns here on top of some sugar cane. And I love to use this. I'm pretty sure I stole it from someone, but I think it looks pretty nice. Back here you have this shed, so you can keep all your pool noodles and your floaties in here. So you can jump in there whenever you want. And this door, this is just a back door into the house here, but I'll show you that once we get inside. So we come down this way. It's this nice pathway here. I wanted to keep the materials very, very natural. I didn't want to use anything like concrete. So we have all this wood, all these local materials. So you can see that this wood is the same type as these ones over here. So essentially the idea is to cut down some of these trees around here rather than importing wood. So by doing this, you're going to save a lot of greenhouse gas emissions when building this house because you don't have to lug them by truck for, you know, however long it might be. So the idea with this deck is that it wraps around the entire house. I also wanted to make it feel very light and airy from the inside. That's why I have all these really big windows. So not great for privacy if you do have a bunch of people over. But this is a house for introverts, so you can come over, you can look at my house, and then you can leave. I also want you to notice the colors that I use throughout this house. So lots of brown with this wood, and then a lot of the furniture, it's sort of this brownish orange. Then I have a lot of green, and then basically every other color is some form of grayscale. So you have gray down here, you have black, and then you have white and then light gray here. There's lots of little plants around here, these little planters, and then these waving plants. Feels very nice, very atmospheric. Sitting here, you can sit here all day and just look at these leaves. Even though you don't get a view this way, but it is very nice, and you do really feel like you're a part of the forest. And here we have this bedroom with all this natural light pouring in. Now, obviously, it's not great if you don't have blinds and you want to go to bed at 5 p.m. for some reason. Unless you live in Canada. In that case, then it's going to be dark at 4. So there is a door here. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but you can see that there is a little bit of a glass pane sticking out here. So we have this here, this nice, really nice plant. We have some clothes here in this bedroom, and then a little bit of decor right here. And then up top here we have this really nice skylight. I really love to use skylights because it just adds so much to a space. Then in here we have this washroom here. This is an ensuite. You have your toilets, little light here so it's not super dark. You have this shower in here, very minimalist. This is just a lever. And then over here you have your sinks and your mirrors right here. So back here, this is the rest of the house, but I'm gonna go back outside and then work our way around. So then I'll show you that in a minute. If we come this way, lots of lights. And you can see it's sort of elevated off the ground here, and I do have structural supports right in there. There are 4 of them. If we come this way, there is this line, this line, this line, and this line, and directly underneath you have a support for each of them. So this is your view. I would say this is at least $1 million view. Nice big house like this, and then you have these beautiful views. Really steep cliffs though. If you're eating some Timbits up here, it's probably a bad idea, so don't drop them, otherwise you're going to lose them. And then you're going to have some angry Canadians running after you, so yeah, maybe don't do that. Over here, there's the kitchen. Nice little breakfast nook here. Let's come this way. This here, we're back at the main entrance again, but yeah, here we go. So main entrance. So as soon as you walk in here, you're greeted by these 2 couches and then a seat here. And then you have this table here. So this is actually in an item frame. You can see how I can rotate it. That there, that's actually the item frame itself in CubePack. Yeah, so we have these walls here, light gray, dark gray, just so it makes it a little bit nicer. And then if we come in here, we have this kitchen. I decided to make the counters twice as deep. Just, you know, I felt this is more like a modern kitchen here compared to the rest of the house. So you cook something here, the vapor goes up here into there, and then up and then out through this piping system. So it's a nice spot, a lot of grayscale here. But in here, you see all this natural light. You have this really big seat right here. You have this nice spot in the middle. You know, just put your coffee on it or something if you're having it in the morning. And then you have this really big L-shaped couch that you can sit on here. And then here I decided not to add a back to it so that, you know, you can sit here and then sort of put your feet up if you want to. And then over here, this is sort of my classic design that I've used for years, even before we got this furniture here. Lots of greenery back here, a little bit more back here. You have a shelf and then this hanging planter up there. But it makes for a really nice space. So it's nice and wide, nice and open. I had this really big spot here and I didn't really want to make it one giant room. So I decided to add this here as a divider. And then you can tell I like my greenery, right? So this is a great way to use some space if you have an empty corner. Just throw a bunch of plants in there. So right here you have this other couch that you can sit here and watch TV. And the reason I put this here is because I would like to sit here and watch a hockey game. That is what I would like to do. This right now, this is 5:30, so the sun goes up to right here. This is the highest spot. But once it does go a little bit lower, you are going to get some glare on this TV. But that's fine because hockey games don't start until 7 p.m. Anyway, so if we go this way, we have this big column in the middle. And then we have this beam that goes all the way that way for some structural support. And then this one here that goes that way. So this is the dining room. And then you have 4 chairs here. And I'm pretty sure I stole this chair design from someone. Up here we have a light. You have the end rods up there that do emit light. You can see a little bit up there. Back here we have a washroom. So you have a bath / shower. Decorative greenery up there. A tiny little skylight way up there. You have your sink and your mirror and your toilets. Back in here, this is the bedroom that we were looking at earlier. This here, so the reason that this is elevated and then this here, this is a staircase that is also elevated, is because the terrain in the original world was elevated going up this way. So instead of excavating it, I decided just to build up. So it's a bit of a wonky staircase, but you can come up here. Bit of texture going on the ground here. And then we have some of our models to make a workstation. So it's my little office. I have my chair. I have my laptop, of course, with our projects there. Anyway, so we have laptop, and then we have this nice keyboard here. Then we have this giant TV that I'm using as a monitor for some reason. And then I put this lamp up here because I felt it was a little bit dark at nights. But yeah, that's my office. So if we come this way, that's it for the inside. So let's go back here. Then we have this staircase that leads up here. Oh, where does this go? Oh, look, we're outside again. Told ya. But yeah, that's it for this tour. If you like this video, feel free to click like. If you really liked it, click subscribe. And if you do want to see how I actually built this, then check out the video in the description. Also, let me know what your favorite part of this house is in the comments. And if you want me to make more videos of me just touring my builds like this, then feel free to let me know as well.
part of the house is already done. Now all I need to do is, and a part of the house is already done. And the front one. For the second floor, that's what I'll do the wall. Also I realized that I can't really fit fruities or sport door. The final touches. Oh, so I just now realized I have to move it by 2. And now for the outside walls. this. And
Planet Zoo, a game I've spent at least 500 hours playing since I got it, and yet I don't have a single zoo
so
in my game. Well, maybe that one, but that one's just for conservation credits, so it doesn't count. I'm talking about a proper zoo. And I think the main culprit for this is all the decisions. We're talking at least 74 animals, not including DLCs, which I have none of, by the way. However, I do have the deluxe version of the game, which takes the animal count to like 77 animals. And that's just too many decisions, so I'm gonna let a wheel make choices for me. I let it choose how many exhibit animals I would have, how many habitat animals I would have, and what those animals would be. I let it choose what continent and biome the zoo would be in. Hell, I even let it decide what terrain I would have. By the way, the only thing I didn't let the wheel choose was the difficulty of the zoo, which I put on hard mode. And with that all done, I finally loaded the game. So to start, I went with the best strategy, which is pushing off of the starting electricity as much as possible. I laid down the path so the power would cut off so that I could make everything within that boundary, and after setting that up, I bought some now monitors, and I even got bougie with it and spent some conservation credits for the good stats. Now the non-monitor habitat was the only one I put thought into before beginning, so this was probably the easiest habitat to build. And even though I knew exactly what I wanted to build, I still had to repeat it a couple times because it was far too small. I eventually figured it out and I had to start on the area for the themselves, but only after adding a path for the substance that would come watch a large lizard do nothing all day. Also, talking about simpleness, I definitely didn't forget to connect the path to the Animal Trade Center, and I definitely didn't spend a large amount of time wondering why this idiot wasn't breaking me violently. Yeah, he might not be the idiot in this scenario, but whatever, at least the lizards were finally fed. Where I gave them a pond, toys, lily pads, rocks, and more rocks. A very large, funny-looking lizard really couldn't ask for more, which is why I gave them more by adding trees and bushes, but not too many because that would exceed the foliage needs and make them unhappy. And unhappy animals makes that happy guess, which means that these donation bins wouldn't get as much use, and that's what's not conducted to money making. And after letting the game run for a while, I doubled my money and added a shopping area around what will be my first 2 exhibit animals. Also, the guests were complaining about it being
perfect. The house
they
is
were really happy with the zoo so far.
partially
Which
done. You have to
maybe
do
isn't
the
saying much because they're just large lizards at this point, but
floors.
it's a start. However,
Or
when I
not.
went to buy the tarantulas and the boa constrictors that I was going to put into these exhibits, there just weren't any females. So I went about decorating, adding benches, making the staff area look better and whatnot.
So I'm gonna
Finally,
take
they were
these.
in the market. Granted, neither of them had good stats, but honestly, it took so long to get them
Leaves.
there. Also, I'm not going to decorate any of the shops or exhibit habitats yet because now monitors will get busy, and I needed to make an overflow area because there's just not enough room in the pen. There's barely enough room in there for 2 people, and there's no way babies wouldn't exceed the limit. So I just used the same fence to make a smaller fence to move them to once they were born. And this very well might be one of my favorite things. I don't know why, I just think it's small, quick, and I quite like that. What I like more, however, was this, an albino baby. I like the color variations without just buying it in the market, that's my little shiny Pokemon. Which I don't know why I compare it to that. I've never found a shiny Pokemon. I also did something that I don't bother doing usually, but I gave her a name. I named her Punch. She just really gave off the bird vibe, to be honest. The next animal to be added was the bonobo. Now, I don't really know what to do for a monkey habitat, but I knew it needed a water barrier and a lot of foliage, and I figured all that foliage I guess probably would be able to have the best view, so I sunk the enclosure down to try and help with that. I also had to have this really ugly bit in the back because I wasn't sure how else to let the staff enter the habitat. It was a design. It was a real stressful process. I decided to start by adding all the crime stuff first so I could shape everything else around those structures. I also wanted to make their hard shelter spot elevated because I just thought it would be nifty and help with the viewing issue. I had a hell of a time trying to decide what to make the walls out of though, but eventually I landed on the mud walls. But after checking the responsibility area, I realized I couldn't actually climb it. But adding this log fixed the issue, which led me to the next step of adding the abundant amount of foliage these guys like. There's really not much thought put into this part. I picked a couple of trees and bushes they like and really just went for it since they don't have a cap on how much foliage they want. I even added some stuff to the water just because I could. I did score big by finding these leaf piles, which I completely forget about after this build, unfortunately. But I also found vines, which really added something nice to the vibes of the enclosure. After I was happy with the greenery, I switched my focus to the wall of the habitat, which at the moment was really dragging the presentation down. So I fixed that with rocks and more rocks. Did I mention that I used rocks? I used plain rocks, I used mossy rocks, I used put rocks in the water. I used a lot of rocks, is what I'm trying to get at. Eventually my rock escapade came to an end, and I added fencing around the edge to finish it off. Then the fencing looked a little plain to me, so I went and added bushes around it all. I think it really helped with wrapping it all together and figuring out the habitat, which I was really happy with. I guess also thought tickets were underpriced, so I just went ahead and increased that by just a little bit. After finishing the bonobo habitat, I went about doing some of the busy work I was planning to do. I decorated the exhibit, the animal enclosure, which I think it turned out rather nice. I scattered benches along the path at random intervals. I also threw a can of recycling bin next to each bench so the guests stopped being heathens and throwing trash on the floor. I wrapped up some decorations for the shops and bathrooms, and also decorated the staff area I built behind the bonobo habitat. And take a peek at this. While I was working on all that, the bonobos had a baby. Very nifty. That did wrap up the pigs. I wanted to get done before starting the next habitat. Now my original plan was to have this lake be a nice break between all the habitats and just an opportunity to play with some decorations. But then I remembered that the guests wouldn't appreciate scenery as much as I do. In fact, they would probably just complain about having to walk so much, so I switched up the plan and started making the saltwater crocodile habitat. I threw down some null barriers under the elevated path I laid down, but ended up doing a lot of deleting and rebuilding before finally settling on something I was happy with. Then was a long and tedious process of placing rocks. I took a break in the middle of placing rocks, though, to make this pleasant fence. I went ahead and threw the crocodiles in there after I had it all enclosed, and then I went back and added rocks, mossy rocks this time. And when the last rock was placed, it was looking quite neat. I had the idea to put a little island in the middle, not only to make it look better, but also I thought it might help, because the guests who are walking along the edge of the path up top won't have a good view, and I thought it might help with that. And the next step was adding foliage. I focused a lot of it onto the little island and in the water, but the saltwater crocodiles don't like a lot of plants, so I was kind of limited. But look how neat this looks if I take the water away. Yeah, very cool. I did that so I could add some variation to the water depth, which I think definitely did
like
some
this
work. Added some
done.
smaller final details in the saltwater crocodile habitat was finished. After a while of letting the game run, there were some saltwater crocodile babies, and all the monitor babies were maturing, which left the baby overflow area empty. I sold most of them, but don't worry, I kept Bert, the best one. I planned on moving her into the main monitor habitat after the first generation passed. The next habitat I started was for the bongos. I had to keep in mind while making this habitat that the bongos get easily stressed out with guests watching them. So I made the front half of the habitat water so the guests would be a good distance away in hopes that it would keep the bongos from stressing out. But to be honest, it didn't really work in the end. But it looks nifty, so whatever, I suppose. I used green concrete walls for the rest of the habitat barrier, but I had to stop in the middle of adding them when I realized that I had made the habitat way too big, so I fixed that quickly and was left with this to work with. And I don't think it should be a surprise that the next thing I did was pull out some rocks. And I just lined them around the front to make sure there actually weren't any spots the bongos could jump out of before finally putting them into the habitat. I wanted to make their shelter out of rocks because I thought it would be fun. And it looked kind of janky to start with, but it comes together, I promise. I just wanted to make sure all their required needs were met before focusing on decorating the habitat. And to start with, I put some of the trees above ground, as they should be. And then I wanted to try something I'd seen other people doing, and some trees into the ground to look like big old bushes. And to say I liked this look would be an understatement. around the habitat, and it looked awesome. Before I was even done with the habitat, the bongos were already starting to get stressed, so I put up some of those quiet signs in the hopes that it would help, and went back to throwing plants everywhere. But I had finished adding the plants and they were still stressed, so I put up some one-way glass. And lucky for me, it worked wonders, and all their stress started going down. And that was it. Bongo habitat was finished. Definitely one of the prettiest things I've ever made in Planet Zoo. I also really like that the zookeeper has to walk through all this foliage. It amuses me. But that's the 4th habitat down. 6 more to go. But first, watch this bongo give birth to the cutest little shit ever. For the 5th habitat, playing with hippos. Pygmy hippos, to be exact. I really wanted to try something new with this habitat, so after placing the path, I went through and raised what was going to be the back half of the habitat. Also, I think because I was having trouble figuring out how to make this work, I just didn't record some of it, so excuse the jumps in progress. The front half of this was going to be an underwater viewing area, and my feeble brain was having a hell of a time trying to get that to work. My initial thought was to make the back wall rocks. I know, shocking. But I scrapped that and went with wood berries instead. I added one of the chunky dudes in the habitat and realized it was way too big, so I reworked the size a little bit, and it still ended up being way too big on the end, but at least I tried. And then I added a path along the back of the barrier. Well, first I struggled with the elevated path for like 5 minutes, but I got there eventually. Then I went through adding all the enrichment items, specifically with the guest viewing spots in mind, because I had made this habitat way too big and it needed all the help it could get. Also, look at this. While I was setting all that up, some of these fellas meandered the way to the water. Very cute. What's not cute is the shelter I put in the habitat, so I started to work on a custom one. It actually wasn't as difficult to make as I thought it was going to be. I think it came together looking very classy. But I didn't go on it too much because I really wanted to get to my favorite part of making a new habitat, adding the foliage. Big count how many times I say foliage. I should have looked up another word to replace it. It doesn't matter. I just think adding all the plants really helps finish off the habitat. And also hide all the ugly parts of it, and that's also a big plus. Talking about hiding ugly parts, I really wasn't happy with how the back wall was looking, so I lined it with rocks and lowered the wood barrier, which still didn't look great. So I did the next best thing and covered it with trees and bushes. I even got a little crazy with it, put a tree in the water, which really helped fill it out as it was looking to just be a little plain. I finished off the hippo habitat by adding a nice little rock patch in the water. I added trees to the back path and added detail to the staff building outside of the habitat. I've also been adding shopping areas periodically throughout the zoo. This is the one I just added by the pygmy hippos, but I also put one by the saltwater crocodiles, and there's one over by the bongo habitat. Mostly just something I needed to do to keep the guests from getting angry about being hungry or thirsty, because they will throw tantrums and vandalize everything in the zoo if they get angry. They're very rude. For rude guests aside, I was ready to start the next habitat, so I lowered the crane to start the process of making a very similar habitat for the western chimpanzees as I did the bonobos. And I was a lot more careful with how large I made the habitat, seeing as the guests really didn't like the bonobo habitat because they couldn't get a good view, which will often happen if you make the enclosure much larger than the animal's maximum requirement. But other than that, I wasn't sure of any other way to make the habitat for a silly monkey fella, so I just reused the same concept. I did work on adding some nice variation to the terrain though, so I worked on making some nice texture before trying. Big emphasis on trying, by the way, to make the shelter. But yeah, the first pass looked like actual garbage, so I took out the thatch floor and replaced it with wood, thinking it would make it look better, but surprise, it still looks like crap. So I deleted the walls and figured they could just use the spot underneath the structure as shelter, and the top would just be a spot for them to climb to. While I was working on that though, this pygmy hippo was getting ready to have a baby. Could we just talk about how it says offspring imminent? It sounds like a threat. It's my favorite thing ever. The little fucker was rather cute though. Back to the less cute monkeys. After I had their shelter figured out, it was just a matter of adding the enrichment items. And I even added this really fun bridge. Not that the monkeys will appreciate it, but I thought it was good. Then came my favorite part, adding a bunch of nature to the habitat, a bunch of trees, a bunch of bushes.
I'll just finish
Especially
this
from
game for now.
signs everywhere and anywhere they could go. And I always save the terrain painting for last because you can add some detail by putting soil where the animals might walk the most and grass where they